Guten Tag alle, Herr Wallis here. Today I want to talk to you about adjectives in German. Adjectives are words that describe a noun, and in German there are two basic types of adjectives. And these types are kind of based on where the adjectives are placed in relationship to the noun they are describing. So predicate adjectives are adjectives that appear to the right of the noun they're describing, and they're normally separated from the noun by a verb at the very least. For example, der Hund ist nett, the dog is nice. Nice here describes the dog, and it's in the predicate or after the verb. Attributive adjectives are adjectives that immediately precede a noun located to its left. And in German, these adjectives can be declined, meaning they will develop endings depending upon the case and gender of the noun they are describing. So that's why when you look at this example, ich habe einen netten Hund, that netten is ending in en because it has been declined or changed to fit with the noun to its right. Okay, so let's get used to this idea of declension. German nouns and adjectives can be declined. That means that they can be changed, and they basically get grammatical endings attached to them to be able to relate both in case and in gender with the noun they are describing in the case of adjectives. Predicate adjectives are never declined, and attributive adjectives are always declined. So, der Hund ist nett. Here it's located to the right of the noun, and it's a predicate adjective, so it's not declined. However, if I say ich habe einen netten Hund, now it's located to the left of the noun, and it is declined, meaning it is changed. In German, it is also possible for some adjectives to be used as adverbs. Adverbs are words that describe verbs. When this happens, they have no endings. Okay, there are such things as undeclinable adjectives. In German, these are really rare. However, some examples are rosa and lila. For example, sie trägt ein rosa Kleid. She is wearing a pink dress. Ich habe einen lila Pullover. I have a purple sweater. Or another example, ich habe eine prima Idee. I have a great idea. These are examples of adjectives that aren't declined. Okay, attributive adjectives describes a noun is located to the left of the noun it is describing, and they can be divided into three further categories. You can say they are adjectives after der words or definite articles. Das ist der alte Mann, preceded by a definite article in this case. You have adjectives after ein words, so these are after indefinite articles. And then you have adjectives that are not preceded by an article. So, for example, gutes Brot, standing alone, there's no der, die, or das in front of it, or no ein, or even an indefinite article, okay? So these are basic three different categories, and we're going to look at each one here a little closer. Let's start with attributive adjectives after der words. Okay, so we just have the four cases here across the top: nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive. Nominative, remember, subject of a sentence, or comes after verbs sein or werden in German. Accusative, direct object of a sentence, or comes after accusative prepositions. Dative, indirect object of a sentence, or comes after dative prepositions. And genitive is to show possession. They are also genitive prepositions. So der alte Mann becomes den alten Mann, dem alten Mann, und des alten Mannes. Die alte Frau stays the same. Der alten Frau in the dative, and der alten Frau in the genitive. Das alte Auto, dem alten Auto, and des alten Autos. Die alten Frauen, the plural, die alten Frauen, den alten Frauen, und der alten Frauen for the genitive. Okay, so now I want you to give it a try. You can stop the tape and try this on your own. But for the interest of time, I'm going to continue. Ich habe den alten Mann nicht gesehen. The man here is the direct object, so it's accusative. So we just did den alten. Hast du das alte Auto gesehen? Again, car here is a direct object, so accusative. Ich habe mit dem alten Hund gespielt, so now we are following a dative preposition, mit. Das alte Auto ist kaputt. Here the car is the subject of the sentence, so nominative. Das ist für die alten Schüler. That is for the old students. And das ist das Ende der alten Welt. That is the end of the old world. Genitive. Okay, so now let's look at the attributive adjectives for ein words. How do they react? Now we're going to use mine so that we can do the plural as well. And mine is considered an ein word, although it's really a possessive pronoun as well. Mein alter Hund, meinen alten Hund, meinem alten Hund und meines alten Hundes. For feminine nouns, meine alte Katze, meine alte Katze, meine alten Katze, meiner alten Katze for genitive. For neuter nouns, mein altes Auto, mein altes Auto, meinem alten Auto, meines alten Autos. And then for plural nouns, meine alten Hunde, meine alten Hunde, meinen alten Hunden. This is the dative plural. Und meine alten Hunde. So now you can give it a try again. And in the interest of time, I will continue. So here, dog is the subject of the sentence, nominative case. Mein alter Hund kann nicht so schnell laufen. Hast du meinen alten Hund gesehen? Hund here is the direct object. No problems. Accusative. Er hat mit meinem alten Hund gespielt. So here we have a dative preposition again, mit. Mein altes Haus ist so alt. Well, that's sort of redundant, but there it goes. Das war das Ende meines alten Lebens. That was the end of my old life. Genitive. And ich habe mit meiner alten Katze gespielt. Okay. Now, unpreceded adjectives. These are adjectives that are not preceded by either a definite or indefinite article. So, neuer Mut. Mut is courage. New courage. Neuen Mut if it was accusative. Neue Mut and neuen Mutz. Neue Macht. Macht is power, new power. Alte Macht, old power. Alte Macht und alte Macht. Neues Brot, neues Brot. Neuem Brot, neuen Autos. And then neue Ängste. Ängste are fears. Neue Ängste, neuen Ängsten, neue Ängsten. Okay. So, let's try it. You give it a try here. And if you want to stop the tape or stop the video, I will continue. Ich mag klassische Musik. Trinkst du kaltes Mineralwasser? Es gibt gutes Essen in Deutschland. Ich sehe gern alte Filme. Okay, general rules for adjectives. Some rules to keep in mind. All adjectives in a series will take the same ending. So, sie hat schöne grüne Augen. She has pretty green eyes. Plural noun is in the accusative here. That's what she has. So, it's a direct object. And the two adjectives are ending in the same endings as it would for one. Das ist ein schönes neues Auto. Singular neuter noun in the nominative because it comes after a conjugation of the verb sein. In this case, ist. And the adjectives are the same. So, these are important things to remember. Okay, another rule is adjective stems ending in er and el. Drop the stem e when they have adjective endings. So if you have teuer, for example, it means expensive, but what we're going to do is we're going to drop that e, push it together, and then add the ending er, because computer is a der word, masculine noun. It's in the nominative case because it comes after conjugation of ist, or sein rather, which is ist. And it has an indefinite article preceding it. Okay, the adjective hoch also drops the C when you use it to describe an adjective. So hoch means high, so we drop the C and we say das ist ein hoher Berg, that's a high mountain. Okay, and this should be computers in the nominative. I'm sorry, the mountain, rather, Berg is in the nominative with the ein word. To fix that. General rules for adjectives in German. Okay, halb and ganz. Do not take endings before names of towns, countries, or continents unless the name requires an article. Ganz Österreich, this means all of Austria, has impressed me, hat mich imponiert. Or, like with die Schweiz, because it is always preceded with this article die, you add the e to the ending of ganz here. And that happens with nations where they use the definite article, like die Türkei, the Turkey, or die Schweiz. Okay, Now, another rule is adjectives of nationality behave like other adjectives, except for the Schweiz, which we will talk about, and they are only capitalized when used in proper names or if they start a sentence. So here's what I mean. Deutsche Kultur ist interessant. This is capitalized because it's the beginning of the sentence, and it has an E ending because Kultur is in the nominative case as it is the subject. Die Deutsche Bank ist sehr groß. Here we are talking about a proper noun. It's the name for a bank, Die Deutsche Bank. And so the ending is still there though because it's still the subject. And then ich habe einen deutschen Wein gekauft. I bought a German wine. Here we don't have to capitalize the D because it's not a proper noun. And it still has an ending because actually it's der Wein, not der Kultur. Der Wein is in the accusative case. Okay, so last rule here, adjectives based on the names of cities or towns take no endings and are formed by adding the suffix er to the noun. All capitalization is retained. The adjective of nationality based on die Schweiz also follows this rule. And with Zurich, these dropped out. So, for example, dieser Zug fährt zum Berliner Flughafen. This train is going to the Berlin airport. And you can see that we've added er to these. He has a Swiss account. Hat ein Schweizer Konto. And you can see here that we have dropped the E out of Zurich and made it Zürcher Bank. Okay, so das sind all die Regeln, die ich heute hatte. Vielen Dank für das Zuschauen. Thanks for watching. I hope it helped you.